set of the sail of better thinking, correcting the errors of the past and picking up new disciplines for the future. That's all I had to do at the end of the first 6. Correct the errors of the past and then pick up some new disciplines for the future. And my total life changed. The second 6 years was totally different than the first 6 of my working life. And guess who can do that? Anybody. Now you can keep on the same path for the next couple of years as you have the past 2. But if you wish to, and maybe everything's okay for you and you don't need to, but if you need to make some changes, I'm telling you can start doing it today so that the next 2 years will be drastically different than the last 2. And anybody who wishes to do that can. And you can do it between ages 40 and 43. You can do it between ages 13 and 15. You can do it between ages 60 and 62. Any 2 years, any 5 years that you wish to drastically change from the previous 5, you can do it. Anybody, if you wish to. This isn't written. This is not a law. Here's what it's called, opportunity. If you don't know you can drastically change your income, change your future, change your health, change your marriage, change everything. If you don't know that, some people then go year after year after year after year not making much change simply because they didn't get to the class. They never read the book. They never went to the seminar. They never made the discovery. They didn't seek for the knowledge of how could I make my life better. And if you just rock along, I'm telling you it's okay. Anybody can live any way they choose, but I'm here to tell all of you that if you wish to, it's possible to make the next 3 years totally different than the last 3. And all you have to do is just a few things. It's not the blowing of the wind that determines your income. It's not the blowing of the wind that determines your fortune. It's the set of the sail. Maybe I've got some ideas that'll help you with a couple of little things about setting the sail of your thinking that might drastically give you multiplied more benefit the next 2 years than you've got in the last. So it's not what happens. What happens to everybody. It's not the blowing of the wind, but the set of the sail.
So who's ready to set their sail for success? I'm hoping that we can all see some really quick success here with virtual properties and TurboCycler. What we have here is just an amazing opportunity, and we're going to go into the virtual properties overview video now, and then we've got a few other things we want to bring to you, and we'll have a question and answer session and some exciting new news that some of you may have seen in your side Skype today. And so let's go ahead and get started with the virtual properties overview. Okay, that is a brief overview of what on this video, but this is the premise of how you receive a residual income from virtual properties. Now, virtual properties is not MLM, meaning you do not earn on different levels. You earn only from your tenants, and you can the example here showed what you can earn with just 5 renters in your building. Obviously, you can have more than 5 as it goes down several levels, but each of those tenants in the building are yours, and that's who you earn from. So it's not multi-level. It's not a glorified gifting. There is a product, and it is virtual property. Virtual property is um, any URL, a domain on the internet. It is a legal form of commerce, and that is what virtual properties is. So there are also a lot of other fun things that are going to be coming down the pike. I don't know if right now is a good time to talk about that, Dr. Now, or do you want to come in and mention anything before I continue?
No, you go ahead. Can you hear me? Just go ahead and do the fun stuff. I'd love to hear it.
Yes. Okay, great, great. Um, there have been things that have been unveiled. Every so often, the owner of virtual properties will come on and give us a little tidbit of another thing that he's working on that is going to be in the community of virtual properties. Some of those things are virtual resorts. We will all, as members of virtual properties, be able to take part in a community actually that is completely online and virtual, and we'll have avatars and obviously the buildings are there, but some of the other things incorporated with the resorts and possible movie theaters and concert halls and all kinds of things. The virtual resorts, there's actually land that has been bought in Dubai that is going to be a life-size replica of a virtual resort that we can actually go over and visit and have an exclusive membership just for those who are involved with virtual properties. You can go on vacations. You can visit with people through the virtual properties community that you may not be able to visit with in person every day. Um, they may be in a different country or a different state, just anywhere in the world. And the the thing I mentioned about movie theaters. You can go to a virtual movie theater possibly with a friend from across the country. You can meet there and see a movie actually on your computer screen that may not even be in your local theaters yet. There is, the same opportunity possibly for concerts from your favorite bands that might be touring in another country. You'll be able to watch that from the comfort of your living room on your computer. Um, you will be able to, as a virtual properties member, take part in an exclusive marketplace that is only for other virtual property members and yourself to be able to sell goods or services that you may be involved with other companies and either by, um, I'm sorry, are some of you not hearing me?
We can hear you. I can hear you. Everybody here, Sherry? Would you just type in yes?
Okay.
Okay, they can hear you.
Okay. All right, there was a comment there. I wondered if it was still going on. So, but anyway, yeah, the marketplace is an amazing thing, and a lot of people have been asking for this. And what's neat about it is that we all have different things that we're involved with, and bringing it to this exclusive community where we are building relationships with others, it gives us a great forum to talk to people about any direct sales business or possibly hosting, if you do hosting, or you do you sell vitamins or weight loss products, or you know, you can bring it to the table here. And so those are a few things that are coming and come with your membership as a virtual properties landlord. And we also have brought in another opportunity that some people are taking advantage of here called TurboCycler. And what we are using that for basically is a way to generate some cash flow so that you have obviously rents that are due, and having a little bit of extra cash in there never hurts to be able to pay your rents and virtually guarantee that you're going to have money there to use when you need to. It's working like a charm, and for those of us who are involved with that and coupling it with our virtual properties business, it's working very, very well. So without any, I think I've tackled most of the fun stuff that we have been told about so far. I know there's a lot of things that are going to be still coming down the road here. But Dr. Now, if you want to take over and go into the next part of the presentation, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you very much, Terry. Thank you for your wise words. I can just reiterate what you've been saying. I agree. Virtual property is the uniquest, the most exciting opportunity ever, especially since we are paying peer-to-peer. In other words, you'll have your own landing websites that are built that we can help you. We'll talk about that a little later towards the end of the presentation. We are a team assist build. We have some gifts we offer when people come to our presentation, and I will talk about those at the end of the presentation, and they are for VP members. Every time they come and or new people, they can order them, and they are free with some service charges, and they're of great value. A lot of them actually have more value than the cost of a TurboCycler, so it is quite exciting. Now, those of you that have been with us for a while and are in the co-op, it's just about close to a month, and I must be congratulatory. You're all very patiently waiting because it is SEO, Search Engine Optimization, and SMO, which is through Facebook and viral marketing. And we were waiting for leads, and I must say I'm excited. We have arrived. We actually have arrived. We have leads. And I'm going to reveal today how these leads are going to be used and how we can actually, with a foolproof way, grow this to great heights. And it will work for everyone. So before I actually go and show you how we're going to get leads, and by the way, all of you that are here today, we will be having leads for you, and I will tell you the number and how to work them and all that. It'll be with training and everything else. We will be talking about that after we show the short little video on TurboCycler on how the pay plan works. And the only thing that I ask of you is at the end of the presentation, when we are going to talk on how you're going to get those leads, so you have to give me at least 24 hours to get together with Eric and I think it's Mike Hall that are helping me with this, and maybe somebody else in admin, so that we can be organized and there's no glitches, so that they come to you directly. By the way, everything that I talk about when it comes to leads and the adoption of members for the African and Mexican team, which we also have now, we have an adoption that I will be talking about in the TurboCycler part of the business. Will be I have it on a form, like a Word form, that I can then put into your Skype, so you don't need to worry about remembering all of what I'm saying today. You can actually then go and read it later. And just ask me for the information, especially about what to do when it comes to the marketing or going to contact the leads you're going to get. So at this point in time, let me load the video for the TurboCycler. Okay, just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna have to get rid of this one. Sorry, I gotta close this. I gotta get rid of this. Now I'm ready to bring up the other one. Okay, here we go. It will explain it in detail, and you'll be very happy to hear how it works.
The compensation structure is based on a time-tested compensation plan called a 2x2 cycler follow your sponsor matrix. The basic principle of a 2x2 is that there are a maximum of 6 positions that can be taken at any one time, called a matrix. 2 under you and 2 each under those people. So here you see on the diagram, it's 1, 2 under you. Those are positions number 1 and 2. And then you have position number 3 and 4, which are the first 2 people underneath position number 1, and 5 and 6, which are the first 2 positions under position number 2. Now there's 4 different ways you can make money. The first way is selling the product. That's called personal sales. As you refer someone to the program, they purchase a $200 product package. Okay, that's position number 1. Now maybe that person, position number 1, also makes a sale, and they refer person number 3, and that's a $200 product package. That person is instructed by the system to pay you $200 because anyone that lands on your second generation, that's position 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, are going to be instructed by the system to send you $200 directly. And again, this is paid directly to you, not through the company, and you're free to accept the payment in any way, shape, or form you like. The second way is spillover. Now in the diagram here, with the face there, you have your upline, and you also have your matrix, which is just below your upline. Now your upline has position number 1 and 2, so you're in position number 1, and the second position in your upline's organization, we'll just call that filled with someone that's already have a sale. So now at this point, your sponsor or upline makes a sale, and that's the $200 sale you just saw there, and the system is going to search from left to right, up and down, and it's going to put that person in the first open available spot. Okay, so that's spot number 2. What happens here is that number 2 can now go out and make a sale. That's a $200 sale, and that $200 is now your second level. That's spot number 5, and the system is going to instruct them to pay you $200. Now what's important about that is the $200, of course, landed on your second level, so you make that, but that sale was not directed by any effort of your own, because the spot number 2 was coming from your sponsor or your upline, and that position landed there through no effort of your own, and that person introduced number 5, which also goes to you. So that's a sale that comes as no effort of your own, which is great. Next way you can make money is called team sales. Now again, this is your organization, and we have those 6 spots, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5, and number 6. So what happens here is you have your first 2 spots. Let's just say that you brought them in. They're your personally sponsored people. Now people go out and they work as a team to be able to bring in sales. Now spot number 1 brings in spot number 3, and that is a $200 sale. The system instructs that person to send you $200, and you get paid. Spot number 1 also gets their 2 sales, and they bring in $200, which is instructed by the system to pay you. So again, everyone is working together as a team to bring in at least 2 people. So you brought in 2, spot number 1 brought in their 2, which is position 3 and 4, and spot number 2 has also brought in their spots, number 5, which also pays you $200, and spot number 6, which also pays you $200. So in this case, everyone that reached your second level paid you $200 a piece, which is a total of $800 going to you. The next way you can make commission, called follow your sponsor. So as you start to build a team, 1 and 2, and those people bring in people and so on, you have your organization here. When you cycle, or when anyone else in your organization cycles, the system is automatically going to close out your 6-person matrix and then look for the first open available spot in your sponsor's matrix that they're working right now. In this position, it would be number 1. So now you're closing out the 6-person position you're currently in because you have all those spots filled. The system looks to place you back in the $200 matrix, and now you're taking the first available spot, and we'll call this number 1 in your sponsor's matrix. You're instructed who to send your $200 to, and the process happens over and over again. So you've made $800 from the 4 positions, and you're sending back $200. Now you're netting $600 on that complete matrix. So the next time, say spot number 2, when they fill up their 6-person matrix, so let's say spot number 5 brought in 2 and spot number 6 brought in 2, the complete matrix for them is finished, so now they're going to look to follow you and your spot number 1, and they're going to follow and fill up spot number 3. The same thing happens for position number 5. Let's say that you also sponsored position number 5. When they cycle again, they're going to follow you and take the first open position, which again would be spot number 4. Okay, that's in your sponsors matrix, spot number 4. All right, so let's quickly review. We use the 2x2 compensation plan, which earns income a few different ways. Personal sales. Introduce others to buy your audio-video education package. Spillover. Since level width is limited to 2 people, new sales can roll over to the next available position. Team sales. People work as groups or teams to fill in 2 levels, and those people also do the same thing, thus assisting people in filling in positions and cycling. Follow your sponsor. As your matrix fills, you'll also follow your sponsor and fill in one of the open spots in the active matrix that your sponsor is in. The same thing happens to all your personal sales. They will follow you, thus causing you to cycle again and again.
Okay. Well, as you can see, this is our turbo cycler. Now, we've been doing it for maybe a week, and it is really working tremendously. The spillover happens, and as I mentioned earlier, we have a adoption of Mexican and African teams that we're working with. We have 120 so far. There's another 100 or 200 coming of Mexicans, and we have about 100 Africans. All of these people in Mexico and Africa are naturally people that make very little money. My team from Mexico, they make about $20 a day, so they certainly couldn't afford any of these online programs. So this has got really 2 things for me that are important. Number 1, it is helping our team, and it will help our team to explode the virtual business, the virtual property business, and the Turbo Cycler business, because really by joining Turbo Cycler, you're getting 2 businesses with one membership join, because if you join Turbo Cycler and the cost is $200 plus a $39.95 activation fee that you pay every 3 months, and that naturally said that 30 months will be out of profit, so you don't have to worry. So this payment that you do will give you not only a position in the Turbo Cycler, which you can make money within a week, and I mean money. I'm talking like $400 or $500. Shouldn't be very difficult to do, especially with the system that we have in place now with the leads. So, and the other thing is you will get a position in virtual properties, and you will get a person, for example, a Mexican that comes in. He will be in as your renter, and he will be coming in as a landlord at the level 2 building, which is the 250, and also the level 1. So there'll be a $50 subscription from him in the second month, because the first month is free. All of you that come into the Turbo Cycler will get a free upgrade from the landlord in virtual property, especially after we have compressed the landlords that are in with us. You will be getting a free upgrade. That means you do not pay the $250. So literally, you are, one payment will give you 2 programs. Now, as far as the program is concerned, Turbo Cycler, there is 2 ways of joining it. Now, the number 1 is the one that is preferred, and we call it the action plan. We call it the one to do, and then we have the turbo plan actually, and then we have a patient plan. Not as a patient as in being sick. It just means you have to be patient. and that means you go on an adoption list until someone is on their second level, with the pay level, and they will, if they're willing to then adopt you, then they will do that at that time. So you're going on a list to be adopted. Now, we're not calling it PIF anymore because it is an adoption. It is a adoption, because when you are going to be in profit when you're adopted, the first thing that you will do with the first $200 you will get, you will pay back your adoptee, in other words, your sponsor. So it will not be a PIF. It will be basically you get your money back from the adopted player, and for the adopted member. And the same with the Mexicans, they will then pay you back. Before I go into how we are going to do it and how everything else is going to work, let me talk a little bit about the leads. There is going to be 3 different type of leads that we have right now. We have a huge amount of leads which are called opt-in leads. Those are leads that all the leads are about a month, a little more old, but they are never given to more than one person at a time, like the ones that we have. We'll never give 2 people the same leads, and we have thousands of those. And those leads, you are going to be trained what to do with them. They come from places like classifieds.com, studentsreview.com, workathomedirectory.com. There's 100 different places they come from. Buy.com, coolsavings.com. So you'll see where the leads came from. So when you email them and then actually afterwards follow up with them, you should be able to convert them to come to the presentation.